Hi, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Call Center to Freelancer. If you haven't watched episode 1 just yet, make sure to check out that previous video so you know how I started my journey and you'll get to understand better about why we're talking about this thing. Now, for this episode, we are going to talk about how to start your freelancer journey. This is going to be for beginners. So if you're an advanced freelancer, obviously this video is not for you. Also, I might expound in future videos because this is just a rundown of how you can easily start or how you can set your mind to be a freelancer in order to increase your earning potential. Ideally, this is for you if you still haven't quit your job, you're still a call center or BPO employee, and you're doing this on the side or you want to do this on the side. This is also applicable when you have already quit your job and you're ready to go, you're ready to roll. All right, let's start. So, if you're an employee, the very first thing you need to do is to carefully check your contract, right? If there's nothing in there that strictly says you can't have a side hustle, then you definitely can. So at least you have peace of mind. Now, since you're an employee, we all know that your time and energy are limited, mainly because you will be in the office for the most part of your day. And we also have to add your commute time, preparation time, time for family, time for self in those 24 hours that you will have in the day. And obviously time for sleep as well. So you cannot really control your schedule that much just yet if you're an employee. And that's okay, but you have to acknowledge that you need to put in energy and time and effort if you want to transition to becoming a freelancer. Also, you have to, again, when you check your contract, make sure there's no conflict of interest with your current employer so then you can go on with your side hustle. Now, in any case, in the rare case that it is going to be a conflict of interest, meaning it can be like a competing thing to do. You compete with your current employer, then that adds another decision-making layer for you. So it's really up to you. Are you going to continue your corporate job and look for something that is not directly in competition with your current employer? Or you quit that corporate job and pursue your side hustle as long as you don't have a non-compete clause. Non-compete clause, which generally means that you're not allowed to start a business that is in competition with your employer in a certain amount of time, like for a year or so. So again, it depends on your contract. That's why the first tip here is to carefully read and understand your contract. I'm no lawyer myself, but these are general terms that you can ask assistance with from your lawyer friends. Probably not for free, but there are some who would, give you an advice if it's just like a general advice, or maybe something that you can research online. Okay, now, number 2 is to ask yourself, do you really, really, really want this? And I ask, really, really, really want this because are you ready for the extra work? Are you ready for some sleepless nights? Which is not a badge of honor, by the way, but we have to admit that because you're working the 9 to 5, you are going to put in some extra hours of work, which means you're probably going to have some sleepless nights. Not all the time, but it happens. And it's not going to last forever. Just have to learn how to manage your time and not spend all your time as well on your side hustle. Just at least have some time for it. So 2 to 3 hours or 4 hours, depending on what you can give or what you're willing to give. Are you patient enough to wait for a financial ROI or return on investment? For some people, it might take a while. Some people are not as lucky as other people, but you'll get there soon. And also, if you decide to start working remotely or work from home, I would suggest think of working for one client first, because that means you are easing into working with a lot of different clients. It's just like a better way to manage your time. At least that's how I did it. And also ask yourself, are you ready to have some sort of instability? Like what I said in my previous video, I know that becoming an employee is attached to stability. Like when you're employed in a certain company, it's almost always that you cannot get fired or you are secured. You feel secured for the rest of your employment because you have a salary every single month. And although that might be the feeling when you are employed in one company, that is not always the case. And you have seen that happen during the pandemic. The truth is anyone can get fired tomorrow, regardless of how good you are and regardless of the huge contributions that you have to the company. A company is a business after all. So my point is that regardless of whether you are an employee or you are a freelancer, there is still some sort of instability. But the question is, are you ready for that financially, emotionally? On top of that, when you're an employee, you are very used to receiving your salary on a specific day of the month or days of the month. So it's just so much easier to budget, to handle your finances. But when you're a freelancer, it's a different beast in a way because you will have to submit your invoices to your clients and they will pay you ideally with a due date that you provide. But sometimes what happens is they might pay you late, or because it's an international payment, it might take a while for the money to reach you. Although with the technology that we have now, that shouldn't happen. Like you shouldn't be able to receive your money right away. Unless there are some issues on their end or your end. But sometimes you can't really avoid the fact that the payments might get delayed. So if you don't have money in the bank to tide you over from one payday or salary to the next, then it will be hard for you to balance everything, especially when you have a family to feed. So are you ready for that? AKA, do you have savings to tide you over in case you don't get your money right away? Number 3, ask yourself, what skill do you want to monetize? So if you're a call center agent or specialist right now, or even if, let's say, you're a call center supervisor or manager, you have really strong customer service skills, obviously, and that's very monetizable. You can be a customer support analyst or agent for 1 to 2 clients. And the good thing nowadays is that online jobs usually will require specialists to be multi-skilled. So it can be over the phone, assisting clients through chat or email. So you can really use a lot of the skills that you had while working in the call center. Now, if you are good at creative or marketing, that is something that you can also pivot into, like what I did. Obviously, I still bring my training skills with me because I've been a trainer for quite some time. But one of the things that I really love doing is creative marketing, organic marketing, things such as writing blog posts, making videos, social media, just basically creating content and using that content or the power of content to help brands and businesses grow. That's kind of what I really want to do nowadays in my career. So when you're good at that, writing, social media, graphic design, video editing, you don't even have to focus on customer support when you pivot from being a call center agent to a freelancer. You can definitely try new things. In fact, this is actually your chance to shine. You know, if you have been a customer support agent for such a long time, you can try something new and make it monetizable. I know it sounds easier said than done, but that is why we're talking about it right now. Because even though it is not as easy as how I'm saying it right now, it is actually possible. And that's what's important. It is possible. It's just that you have to put in the work needed and the time needed for you to realize this career path. Now, whether it's customer service or creative marketing that you want to pursue, it's really up to you. The idea is that you're able to shift from being a call center agent working in an office with a pay ceiling into a freelancer working with multiple clients with no ceiling potential for your income. And then again, I want to reiterate that if you want to be a call center agent and just stay in that lane for the most part of your life, there's also nothing wrong with that. It's up to you, but you're probably not watching this video right now if you're interested in becoming a freelancer, right? So anyway, know what you're good at and stick to it. Be the best at it. Probably not among the rest, but be the best version of yourself for you and for your future clients. Obviously, if you're multi-skilled, it's okay to try different things, but you'll have to choose something or narrow down your choices so that you can focus on what you will offer to your client. Now, if you feel like you lack the skill, bank on your willingness to learn. So say, for example, you want to do graphic design and video editing, because there are so many content creators, YouTubers nowadays who need your services, but you feel like you're not very confident about that yet. Make sure that you spend some time to practice. There are so many YouTube tutorials that can help you. And if you want to pivot into that career, it's definitely possible. You just have to be one of the best at it. Maybe you will think that I cannot be the best. That's always the mindset of the people. But if you can be the best for that client that you're working with, then you're hireable, you're employable, you have so much more earning potential. And the thing with creative skills is that these are things that you can practice. These are things that you can learn. And when you're good at it, you can offer your services. With more experiences and clients under your belt, you'll be able to charge a bit higher than your usual in the next future clients that you will have. So eventually, you will become an expert at what you want to be an expert in through self-study. If you don't want self-study, if you want to learn from other people in an actual training class, then feel free to take a training course or a class. It's up to you. Number 4 is start an online presence. I cannot stress this enough. This is super important. Everybody's online nowadays, so even if you want to be an offline freelancer, what does that even mean? Like, say you want to be a photographer, who's going to be working offline, obviously, you still need to have an online presence because people will now look for services online. Referrals are even posted online. So even if you're an introvert, I am an introvert, let me just tell you that, you have to start being comfortable with putting your stuff out there, no matter what type of service you want to offer, and no matter how cringy it might sound for you. You just need to have to start that online presence. So what are you going to do with your online presence? Showcase your knowledge and skills by talking about what you want to offer. So it's not selling, it's not directly promoting your offers or your services to potential clients. It will be in the future, but when you're beginning your journey as a freelancer, just start being comfortable talking about what you want to offer or anything that's relevant to what you want to offer. So let's just say, for example, you still want to pursue customer support assistance, right? You go onto LinkedIn and you talk about what is customer support for you. How is customer support measured? How is performance measured? So you talk about all the things relevant to this topic. And then eventually, future or potential clients will go to you because they are seeing that you're talking about this topic. So you might be one of the people that they need for their business or for their program, for their startup, for their company, whatever it is. Don't worry, because if you're hesitant to start this, I will talk more about this in the future episodes. Now, even though you're not confident yet, it is okay. Just start. Read up every single week about one topic related to your offer or future offer and start being someone who will be known for that particular topic. When I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to be someone who will be known to my target audience or target market. You, who are probably watching this video, who at one point was watching one of my videos because you want to be part of the BPO or the call center industry. So I wanted to be someone known to give valuable insights and share knowledge and expertise about the life in the BPO provide the best customer support knowledge to the viewers. And I was able to build that kind of brand over the years. And now, of course, I'm slowly pivoting into a much broader audience, which is helping people go from being a call center agent, call center manager, or supervisor to becoming a freelancer who's able to work with multiple clients and pivot to other skills other than customer support. So do you see what I mean? It is really a matter of talking about what you want to do. All right? Now, number 5 is choose one main platform to start. One online platform. You do not need to be everything everywhere all at once. Such a great movie, by the way. Don't spread yourself too thin by being everywhere else. So people are like, I'm going to start a TikTok account. I'm going to start an Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Although all of those platforms are going to help you, it is just going to be harmful if you try to be everywhere. So choose one. If you want to be on Facebook, be there. And how you choose your platform is based on your ideal client. Do you think that your ideal clients hang out on Facebook, or do you think they hang out on LinkedIn? So choose. When I started my YouTube channel, I know that I really wanted to be on YouTube because my videos will be training videos of some sort or tips and hacks. And I wanted my videos to be long form videos with really so much insight. So I don't want to be on Instagram because Instagram, it's fleeting and people will just scroll up and down and they won't really notice your videos. So I used YouTube and it worked for me. And then I added Facebook as a supplementary platform because I know that people looking for jobs in the Philippines usually use Facebook. So that's where I hang out and that's where I was able to attract my community. Okay, attract my target audience. I'm also on LinkedIn, but that's for an entirely different audience. So choose one main platform where you can publish valuable videos. Can be YouTube. You can also be on TikTok if you like. And one social media platform. Facebook in the Philippines is really huge, so you can start with that. And Instagram if you feel that your offer has something to do with more of creative design, graphics, visuals, things like that. Because if you don't know who you are reaching, then you won't be able to know where you will post. You might be posting a lot on Facebook, but no one sees it. No one is interested because your target audience is not there. Now, I just want to point out that you are doing this not necessarily for engagement. It can be a plus or a bonus. You're not doing this for vanity metrics, not for likes, subscribers, followers, comments, or shares just yet. You're doing this because you want to be a creature of habit. You want to publish your thoughts, your opinions about topic relevant to your offer, and be comfortable with it. Regardless of whether people will react or not, write out what you think about a certain topic that you've read, post it on Facebook or LinkedIn or TikTok or on YouTube, and just put yourself out there. Don't think about the engagement just yet. If you want to share it, then go ahead. If you want to invite people to see it, then go ahead. But don't be too overwhelmed yet with the engagement. All right? Just start. Number 6, have a strategy on how you can get clients or work with clients. I am at this point in my career wherein I did not look for clients anymore because clients would usually find me from my YouTube channel. Like, how cool is that? I don't have to look for clients anymore. They just go to me if they want to work with me, right? So I want you to get to that point in your career as well, where you don't have to scavenge the internet to look for clients. But since you're still starting, you're beginning, I suggest you start with the basics and start with the low-hanging fruit, lowest barrier to entry. So, you know what I did when I started? I created a profile at onlinejobs.ph. It's this platform where all the jobs for Filipinos are posted, and most of the employers are from the United States, UK, Australia. So basically foreigners would want to outsource their services here in the Philippines. It's free. Create a profile there and fill out that profile. I might have a video about that, but there are so many blog posts or articles talking about that as well. It's very simple. You do have a gazillion online platforms that are available, but for me, I personally started with onlinejobs.ph, and a client found me there, and that was how I was able to work with that Amazon seller that I previously mentioned in my previous video. So after being on onlinejobs.ph, definitely be on LinkedIn, because a lot of recruiters are already on LinkedIn. I cannot stress this enough. People are always on Facebook and on Instagram, but not on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional networking platform. You need to be there. In fact, I have a couple of videos about LinkedIn that I might link up here if you want to check it out, if you need assistance in how to start with it. And also, you can start with asking referrals, right? You have the Facebook groups, the usual Facebook network that you have. But in Facebook, just really be careful, because there are a lot of scams and scammers nowadays. You just have to sift through it. But that's the thing. When you're starting, you have to sift through job applications, clients you want to work with. But once you start establishing yourself as an expert on social media, website, or blogs, then eventually your clients will be the one to reach out to you, or your referrals will be the ones to reach out to you. Okay? And last but not least, make calculated risks and do not go all in just yet. This is when you know that your finances are still unstable and you still have a choice to be at work at the moment. I have heard a lot of people advising people to quit your job and travel the world, quit your job and start your own thing. And you don't even think about like how stable your finances are, right? The truth is that you can't start something and expect it to grow, expect it to really flourish if you haven't taken care of yourself yet. And the way you can take care of yourself is to have money to feed yourself and your family. If you're not constantly worried about where you would get money to put food on the table, right? So take care of the basic needs first, have money and have savings. And then if you feel that, you have a month to 3 months worth of savings to tide you over in case you don't earn money yet after you quit your forfeit job, then go for it. And unless you're a trust fund baby, which if you're watching this video, you probably are not, tread with caution and go slowly but surely. All right? So these are the beginner steps and the mindset stuff that you have to think about before you transition from being a call center agent in the office into becoming a freelancer. In our next video, we will talk about the action steps that you can start doing to continue your transition to becoming a freelancer. So I hope you've learned something from this video. If you have any questions, please comment below and I will answer each one of them. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.